Now, we're going to take a few minutes so that you can get to know one of our favorite people at Heart of the City.
I was born in a small farm town in North Dakota. My parents divorced when I was 8. My mom moved us to Arizona, where she met my stepdad, who was a musician and wanted to travel with gospel groups. So naturally, we bought a Greyhound bus and lived in it for 2 years while we traveled with a variety of groups. I am Kim Brown. After graduating high school, I moved up to Alaska to help my mom with my little brother while she and my stepdad worked up on the pipeline. I got a full-time job working at a car dealership during the day, and at night I was a DJ at a local nightclub, Lucy's at the Holiday Inn. Did that full-time for 2 years, moved back out of state. Couldn't stand being away from Alaska, so I moved back up here and I met my husband, Steve. So I met my husband at work. I worked in the accounting office during the day, and again, I had to have a part-time job, so I worked in the finance department and he sold cars. We were between customers, and I was looking at him and I asked him, "Do you do squats?" Because he's a little buff. The next year we got married, of course. Shortly after that, we had our son, Austin, and then along came Morgan. Both kids were very athletic during school. We chased them around. They graduated from Diamond High School. Austin has moved down to Colorado to be closer to friends in a warmer climate. Morgan still lives here in Anchorage, and she's about to graduate from UAA. Steve and I enjoy biking, hiking. We walk the dog a lot, just hang out together. We're enjoying the empty nest. When we started traveling with gospel groups, I was 10 years old. And at the end of each service, the minister would do an altar call. And I questioned, what's the altar call for? What are people going forward for? And they told me it was because they were accepting Christ into their life. And I thought, I need to do that. So I did. I went forward, I accepted Christ. As I got older, my relationship with Christ kind of separated. We took different paths, so to speak, as most teenagers and young adults do. But then once I got married, I needed to get back into that. I needed to get back to develop that relationship. So I went to church, but church didn't develop that. It was a conservative Lutheran church, and it was all about going to church. It wasn't about developing me as a Christian. And then through other issues with church, we stopped going. And I was feeling this little bit of a void in my life. We had friends tell us about this church downtown. And my daughter came the first Sunday, and she came home and told us all about the people she met, told us about the minister having a tattoo sleeve. I'm like, this is interesting. So the next Sunday, I thought I gotta check this church out, and Steve wasn't quite sure about it. So I came the next Sunday, was welcomed and greeted by several tattooed people at the front. The people are so real. I love the music, the worship team, they're awesome. Chris preaches from the Bible. He preaches to your heart every Sunday. I take away something that really touches on something I need to focus on and work with. We started coming more. I joined the welcome team, and then pretty soon I was asked to be the lead on the welcome team. It fills that void I was feeling and helps me strengthen my relationship with God in every way.